This is a guy who makes it okay to laugh at the handicap. Chuck from Ask a Capper's back.
Give it up for my assistant, Maddie. Thank you very much. It's nice to see you all here this evening. I'm Chuck from expectancy.com. Now I want to verify what a capper is. Somebody was like earlier, they're like, a caper? Ask a caper? I'm like, okay. A capper is a street slang. It's a term for a handicapped person. So I am a capper. You know, so that's how I roll. It's actually, I'm a capper. That's more like why I roll. But anyway, so tonight what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually bust out a bunch of new material that I've never said it out in public before. So hopefully you like it, and if you don't, I'll just won't ever say it again, or I'll just think you guys were too drunk to appreciate it. First off, when you're ever at a gig like this, you always want to observe the fire exits, because they're important, you know, to know how you get out in case there's a fire. We don't want to turn into a Great White Concert or something. But it's important, you know, it's always important. Make sure nothing is obscuring the fire exit. And so they put me up front, in front of the fire exit. If there's a fire, you all are bumming. There's this comedian I love, Mitch Hedberg. I miss him a lot. And he had a joke that he was at a concert and a security guard came up and said, "You're blocking the fire exit." And he went on to relate that if you are flammable and have legs, you are never blocking a fire exit. So unfortunately, I am flammable and don't have legs, so I am blocking this fire exit. So hopefully I don't kill my fans that are here tonight. That would suck. So what people do is they send questions to my website. They ask me questions like, what's it like to be handicapped? What's your life like in general? And I basically answer them. So I'm going to answer a few questions for you guys tonight. One question I get is, how long do handicapped people live? That's a good question. You know, we look kind of frail, don't we? We look fragile. We could go at any moment, you know, that kind of thought. When I was in my 20s, I had a roommate, and as a joke, he went around telling all my other friends that handicapped people, we don't live past our 20s. That's it. That's what he told people. He's like, once we hit 30, that's it, our time's up, warranty's over, stick a fork in us, we are done. So, now that I'm in my 30s, every time I get a head cold, I get the sniffles, friends are sending me cards, it's been nice knowing you, see you on the other side, Make-A-Wish starts calling. I tell them that I am dying and I'd like to do a cartwheel or something ridiculous. But that would be an experience. But just so you know, I mean, when you look at somebody in a wheelchair, you know, just because we look fragile, we're not about to kick the bucket. We can't kick anything. So another question I've been asked is, how do you get dressed? Dude, I get dressed like anybody else who is completely hammered with somebody helping. And me acting like a complete retard. What I love doing a lot is, like, I love taking famous quotes and handicapping them. So you might know, that which doesn't kill you only makes you stronger. Well, turn that into, that which doesn't kill you probably turns you into a capper. And if at first you don't succeed, you're probably a capper. What is the opposite of Christopher Reeves? Christopher Walken. Now, I want to footnote that joke by saying that's not my joke. I heard it years ago, even when I had legs. And I loved it, but the beauty is now I can tell that joke. Because I'm a capper. So it's cool. I love getting away with that. So I love movies. Movies are great. I love watching them. I love movie quotes. They're just the best. I love repeating them. Recently, I saw The Wizard of Oz for the first time. Has anybody seen The Wizard of Oz? All right, nice. Lots of people have seen The Wizard of Oz. That's awesome. Now, I've figured out the problem with that movie. Who's the antagonist? Really, it's Toto. That freaking dog is out of control. Going around biting people, running away from Dorothy. I'm like, what the? Dorothy, when dogs bite people nowadays, we put them down. I have to agree with the old woman here. Come on. Seriously, this isn't Kansas anymore. It's like, that dog needs to be put down, Dorothy. I'm sorry. So, that was The Wizard of Oz. I recently saw Avatar. Has anybody seen Avatar at all? All right, if you haven't seen it, check it out. It's a great flick. You know what I love about that movie? The lead star, the hero, is a capper. It's awesome. He's in a wheelchair. Cappers in 3D is just totally rock. But you know, I have a favorite line from that movie. This is a great line. It's something I really appreciate. And in case you haven't seen it, you might want to plug one ear. Semi-spoiler, but it's not a real big one. But there's a scene after, like, the main star and the giant blue smirk lady, they seal the deal. There's this point, you hear her voice, and she says, "Jake, you and I are now mated for life." And then it cuts to him, and he's like, "Jake, what the hell are you doing?" That's the perfect thing for guys in commitment. It's like, we're now mated for life. What the hell are you doing? Run, run. I just thought it was a great line. I love that part of the movie. It's one of my favorite. But you know what I love about that is a relationship. I love watching relationships from the outside. You know, being in them is a little more challenging, but watching them from afar can be totally hilarious. Guys, we don't really have a lot of clues when it comes to women. You know, the guy, you know, when a woman comes up and they're talking to us about their problems. See, guys, we're going to want to fix the problem. It's like, "Oh, dude, she's telling me about something. Oh, here's all you got to do. Do this and do that and do this and this and this." Because I'm a guy, I have all these solutions because I'm brilliant. That's the way guys think. But guys, what I figured out, I've asked my lady mates about this. Really, sometimes they just want to tell you what's going on. You don't need to fix the problem. So what I've learned to do, and this is a genius thing maybe that you could try, is next time they're on their soap dish, they're turning on the vent fan, ask them, "Do you want me to fix this problem or just listen?" Now, and what the women will do is they will tell you what they want you to do. And then all we have to do is do it. That's the other problem. But try that sometime and see how it works out. I'm sure you'll totally dig it. One thing I also learned about the ladies, that they can laugh so hard that they can actually wet themselves. Hopefully tonight there's not a dry seat in the house. The Rusty Hammer is not going to like that joke. But, you know, that's something I've learned about, you know, women, some things like that. Now, some things with the guys. People have asked me what's up with my hair. And now under here, there's the most stylish mullet ever. And the reason I got the mullet is, man, how can 87% of the guys who live in trailer parks across America be wrong? Dude, this thing is sexy, yo. I'm bringing sexy back. Thank you, thank you. Well, what I've gleaned about guys, though, you know, like, there's a certain group of guys who have, and I'm sorry if you have a monobrow, but I'm going to talk about this for a few moments. There are guys who have monobrows. I've met them. They have one eyebrow that goes all the way across. Now they look at the rest of humanity with two, and I just got to say, you can shave between it. You can get rid of it. Make two separate things. Anyway, it's something I've thought of. I wanted to say just so people can play this maybe for a friend. Let them hear that joke. Go, I just thought that was a funny joke. I'm nothing about you or not. I mean, I should know. I do it. No, wait a second. Forget that. I don't do that. That's a joke. Oh. So, are there any video game players in the house? Anybody play video games at all in here? No video game players? Few people? Okay, the people who applauded that, they're not getting laid tonight. I know. The sad thing is, though, you know, it's like, nowadays you can play video games and get ladies. I just, you know, that's not from my era, but... So I play online video games with my family. I play Modern Warfare 2. The other day there were like 1 million people playing it. It was incredible. And the only game that comes close is probably Farmville. And I just don't understand how that's possible. People have asked me, do I get into fights? Do I get into fights? You know, it's like, because I'm pretty rough. I'm rough and tough, you know. My friends, after a fight, my friends will come up to me like, "Dude, Chuck, what happened? Dude, your face is completely mashed." I'm like, "Dude, you should see that guy's fist, man. I mashed it. It might even have a few teeth. I pummeled that fist, yo." So people have also asked me another question. If I could go back in time and change one thing, what would it be? If I could go back in time and just change one thing in my life, you know? Yeah. Maybe change the accent or whatever. I figure, man, no, forget that, man. It's learning to walk. What a waste of time that was. Jeez. That saved me like a whole 6 months or a year or whatever. I'm a slow learner. There are a few things I hate. I hate things that stand. I really do. I mean, it's like, it's horrible. I mean, I won't stand for that, sadly, because I can't. I don't have a leg to stand on. Again, that's sadly true. Stand-up comedy, I hate it. I can't stand-up comic. But the one thing I do love are standing ovations. And thanks everybody for listening. And I hope you